Okay, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for coming today. I really do appreciate it. We are so happy to be here at New Birth Church, and I want to make sure that everyone notices that in the logo of New Birth Church there is a tree, which is very important. So thank you very much for our host here at New Birth. It has been such a pleasure to work with Ebony and with Pastors Mike and Ruth, and unfortunately Pastor Ruth couldn't be here this morning, but her mom, Mary Breckenridge, is here to represent her. They remind me of peace and balance. We hope that before you leave here today that you take the opportunity to go outside and see the new trees that are being planted here at New Birth. We are planting 55 trees here on the grounds over the course of the next few days. And it will be a lasting legacy of our partnership with New Birth Church. And another little bit of TreesLouisville synchronicity, which truly is a thing, TreesLouisville synchronicity. Youth Build's Urban Conservation Corps and their supervisor, Michael Springer, who happens to be one of the members of the church here, will be helping to maintain these trees for the long term. I want to acknowledge our partners today and let you know too that Kat Gittner here is our illustrator. She's going to be working hard while we are all talking today. First of all, of course, beautiful graphic artist. The Michelin Corporate Foundation provided a major grant to TreesLouisville to get us started with these projects and with our partners. And we have made so many fabulous connections through the auspices of Michelin Corporate Foundation and over the last several months. So it's been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for getting us started with this. The Michelin Foundation provided the seed that allowed us to hire Dr. Chris Sass and Emma Guti and Isabel Norid and Amy Sesko, who are our very special University of Kentucky students. Emma is a senior landscape architecture student, and Isabel and Amy are senior landscape architecture students, are senior natural resources and environmental science students, and they are absolutely very special. They'll be graduating very soon, and we know they're going to go a long way in their careers. And we have been so incredibly energized by their enthusiasm and their diligence over the last few months. And you'll hear from them in just a little bit. Representing Michelin North America here today, Lisa Owens and Will Whitley is here, and Phil Watson from Greenville, South Carolina. And we truly celebrate this day for your investment in our community. Cheryl Fisher is here representing the Rubbertown Community Advisory Council. Cindy Ems and Ashley Ems and Faye are here from American Synthetic Rubber Company. Lori Carson from Zeon Chemical, one of our partners. Mike Hext is here from Waste Management, and Andy as well, I just met. And Emily Thompson from Hexion, who will be doing a planting project with us this fall as well. And we also want to recognize our partners at Kentucky's Energy and Environment Cabinet that have been very special partners in the coming projects that we'll be announcing this fall. And also Lubrizol, LG&E, MSD, all partners that have been planting trees with us so far here in the Rubbertown corridor. This has been an extremely stimulating and exciting few months, and we are really happy to be at this point to announce that the work that we've been doing is beginning to pay off in dividends. As you'll see over the next few minutes, we have really been building collaborations and gaining momentum, but make no mistake, we do have a long way to go. And it is going to be my pleasure really to sunset my career here, creating a more healthy and livable work and living environment in the Rubbertown corridor. And on behalf of the Board of Directors of TreesLouisville, I am happy to announce that TreesLouisville is committed to a very ambitious plan to plant 10,000 trees in the Rubbertown corridor over the next 3 years. Woo. And we couldn't do it without our partners, so thank you so much for being here. I would like now to introduce Mayor Greg Fisher, who with his civic partners, like our board chair Henry Heiser, had the foresight to create the Louisville Metro Tree Advisory Commission in 2012 and helped us organize Trees Louisville in 2015. Mayor Fisher?
Thank you, Cindy. Wow, 10,000 trees, 3 years. That's a really great, ambitious project that I'm sure we will meet and exceed. So, Cindy, thank you for your extraordinary leadership and passion and energy. Henry, for the good work that you do. Alan, all of the board that's here. So, look, anytime we're planting trees, it's a good day for the city. Mother Nature designed our planet, and what did our planet have? Lots of trees. So that's Mother Nature telling us plant more trees each and every day. So I really appreciate Trees Louisville for what you all are doing. And Michelin, thank you all so much for this big gift here today. And New Birth, Pastor, thank you as well. These all take great partnerships to bring everything together. So it's really nice to see it happening and everybody can agree on what's taking place here in our community. And I want to thank, too, our scholar partners at the University of Kentucky. What a great project to work on, to take your learnings from the classroom and really put them to use in the field with all the good that you all are doing as a result of that. So I want to say big thumbs up to UK for help on this exciting project as well. There's not a day that goes by where I don't talk about our three big city values, and it's lifelong learning, compassion, and health. It's physical health, mental health, and it's environmental health. So when you talk about what this project brings together, it touches all of those goals for our city so that we can continue to improve the lives of people in each one of our neighborhoods throughout our city. And we don't get anything big done in our city without public-private partnerships. It's just the challenges are too big. But the challenges we work at, one tree at a time, one youth at a time, whatever it might be. And when you break it down to that category, we can really get things done. And when you think about kind of the big existential challenges that a community would have, a community in our world has to have clean air. Clean air, people take for granted. They just think it's always going to be there. You wake up, you don't even think about it. But we have to be intentional, especially in today's rapidly growing world and climatizing world with all kinds of action, to make sure that we're intentionally contributing each and every day to clean air. And we all know the massive benefits that trees provide in that area. And it's fun to see us planting trees. It's fun to go back years later and see that 8-foot tree now be a 12-foot tree, and then 20 years later it's a 30-foot tree, and say, yeah, we had a little something to do with that. And the pride I can tell you when I see our young people involved with our tree planting, I mean, they just, it's one thing as a human being, as a species, is a natural good thing to do. And the smiles they have on their face, and they know that what's going to happen in years to come, it's just something that we can all agree on. Our youth in particular, I'm really proud of them. They have led the conversation around the world and our country in so many different ways. Oftentimes they can kind of cut through the clutter that adults seem to put around issues or whatever their excuses might be. But I was really proud to join our youth last month, our young climate champions at a climate strike to rally the community to support this climate crisis climate emergency that the world is going through. And it's a threat both globally and locally. Obviously, we see all types of different weather challenges taking place. Locally here, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers found that our region is expected to see unprecedented severe weather, flooding, heat waves, and drought coming in the coming years. And obviously, we just experienced this last September with record high heat, many days above 95 degrees, and no rain for a month as well. So we've got to prepare for that, but we also have got to work to reverse climate change and make sure that's a fundamental organizing principle for business, for government, for nonprofit. It's not a political issue, it's a human issue that we all need to rally around. And of course, research shows one of the simplest things that everybody can do is plant a tree. And that's a contribution that will last for decades and decades to come. So that's why I'm really proud of the work that we've done with city government, with Trees Louisville, and other organizations to help us grow our tree canopy. And when you take a look at kind of the overall umbrella of work that we're doing in our community, with Louisville Grows, with the Olmsted Parks Conservancy, the Green Heart Project in partnership with the University of Louisville Enviromes Institute and the Nature Conservancy, the focus of all these is trees and health and increasing the health of us as human beings and addressing some of the health equity issues that we have going on in our city. And I know the good folks in Rubbertown have been working on that for a long time. I appreciate your all's advocacy to make sure that health and health equity has got the prominence that it deserves in our city. I see our Youth Build leaders here in the city as well. I want to thank you guys for the wonderful work that Youth Build does to get your degrees, get your skills, help us build our city, help us plant trees in our city. But you all are a national best practice for what you do at Youth Build, and I hope you know that because we appreciate your leadership here for our community of Louisville. Thank you, Youth Build. And in closing, too, I want to recognize Mary Ellen Wiederwall, who's here. She runs Louisville Forward with Jeff O'Brien, who runs Develop Louisville. So those folks do all of our economic development, but also our place-based development. So how do we integrate our economy with transportation, with trees, with our building practices, with our sustainability efforts that go on in our city as well. So all that has to come together so we continue to prosper in a good, clean environment. So again, thanks to everybody today for this fabulous announcement. The city is proud to be part of it. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mayor Fisher. And I have to tell you that the lights are really bright when you're up here, and I can't really see anybody, so I've missed several people. I see Erica and Trevor and Bennett right here from American Synthetic Rubber Company, and thank you everyone for coming today. I really do appreciate it. And as you have heard, our UK team has really been busy over the last several months, and they've been doing site analysis and connectivity and canopy improvement concepts over the course of the last few months. So I want to introduce and give the UK team an opportunity to chat with you a little bit. I'm going to introduce Dr. Chris Sass and ask Emma and Amy and Isabel to come up as well.
Good morning. This is much nicer than being in a classroom, I have to be honest with you. It's kind of nice. Thanks, Cindy, very much for all the stuff that you've done for us. As Cindy mentioned, my name is Chris Sass. I'm from the Department of Landscape Architecture at the University of Kentucky. So hopefully some of you folks want to come into landscape architecture and come to UK, right, and do that. That'd be great. We're excited to be here today to present our work and our understanding of the Rubbertown Corridor. We always read about places that are resistant to planting trees, and we wonder why. I mean, especially as landscape architects and natural resources and environmental sciences. And this is a really refreshing moment, you know. We can plant trees and get some things in, so that's great. Today, our goals are to express our gratitude to the many supporters of our project, quickly explain why we did what we did and what we did, and provide future insights and possibilities that this project has opened up for us here in this area. First, I wanted to thank my summer interns and students for their countless hours, childlike curiosity, and dedication to this project. It's been phenomenal to work with these three young individuals, and I know they will go very far very soon. It will make a difference overall. First, we have Isabella from Hopkinsville. We have Emma from right here in Louisville, and we have Amy from Bridgewater, New Jersey. So that's good. They'll be looking for careers very soon. So if you want to hire them, come talk and come talk to them. So Isabel.
Good morning. As Chris said, my name is Isabella. I just wanted to say thank you all for being here. It really is an honor to stand in front of you guys today and just say a couple thank yous to those that helped us along the process. First, I would like to say thank you to Chris Sass on behalf of myself, Amy, and Emma for giving us the opportunity to be a part of a project like this. And also thank you to Cindy Sullivan and TreesLouisville for allowing us to collaborate with them, Michelin and Lisa Owens for their funding and support, John Swintowski for his insight on active projects in the West End, the Rubbertown Community Advisory Council for their dedication to improving industry and community communications and improving the well-being of the West End, the University of Kentucky for providing the resources and space for us to complete and conduct our work, Cindy Ems for the opportunity to redesign the Campground National Area. Lastly, I want to say thank you to Ebony Cochran with Rubbertown Emergency Action and Ebony Pryor with New Birth Church for the endless hours they have dedicated to serving their communities, including the partnerships they have developed with TreesLouisville. Now I'll pass it on to Emma Goody to speak more about our project goals and design process.
Thank you, Isabella, for expressing our gratitude. It really was a great opportunity to work on this project this summer. So, using synthesized knowledge of the Rubbertown area, our team has prepared an analysis of green space for a unified commitment of planting 10,000 trees. The objective is to create a more robust and extensive canopy throughout the Rubbertown area of Louisville. We developed multiple concepts within selected areas using stakeholder input to produce a model that can then be adopted by various entities within the area. And I'll pass it on to Amy.
Hi guys! I just want to talk a little bit about what we've learned through this process. So we've learned a lot about the professional world along this process. Education has been a transformative tool for us as students as well as the community in understanding the positive impact trees have on our lives. We've discovered the variety of opportunities that developing partnerships has allowed us to make, and overall we are really excited to watch our plans unfold and hope in the future our professional lives will continue to intertwine with this project that has started it all. And now I'm going to hand it back to Chris to talk about those future plans.
Thanks so much. I don't know that I've ever been this nervous. I don't know what's going on. This project and the support it's received will provide many benefits, including connected wildlife corridors, bicycle riding and pedestrian movement in the shade, incubate landscape functionalities, improve air quality, decrease stormwater runoff, and decrease the urban heat island effect, among many others. It was once said that a man has made at least a start on discovering the meaning of human life when he plants shade trees under which he knows full well he will never sit. These young ladies will be able to sit under the shade, and our hope is that many future generations will be able to utilize the 10,000 shade trees that TreesLouisville is looking to plant over the next 3 years here on the west side of Louisville. As we as a partner, are excited to be part of this project for a long time. Especially me, because I get to stick around for a while. Watching it grow, develop, and change. And we hope that it does, and that everybody gets to enjoy these trees. It'll be a great place, and it'll be much better. So, thank you.
How impressive is that? And I would be remiss as well if I didn't recognize my colleagues at TreesLouisville. We are a very tiny organization. Charlotte Jones is here. Charlotte, will you stand up? And Rob Monsma and Mike Heyman. And again, our board of directors represented by Henry and Alan here today, right? And thank you very much, Chuck, for coming today too, representing Jessica Green's office. What an amazing summer it has been, and it has been in large measure because of the generosity of Michelin Corporate, Michelin Foundation, and American Synthetic Rubber Company. I would like now to introduce Lisa Owens, who is the Director of State, Local Government Affairs, and Community Relations at Michelin North America, whose diligence in getting to know this community so well has catalyzed this opportunity in the Rubbertown corridor. Lisa?
Thank you, Cindy, and thank you to everybody for being here today, especially Mayor Fisher, the students, Chris, and so many community partners. It takes all of us to come together to make a difference, and I'm so proud of everybody in this room. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of the American Synthetic Rubber Company and Michelin North America, and I want to tell you just a little bit about our journey, if I can. I started to come to this community, although I'd been here several times. We've had a facility here for over 75 years, but on a more regular basis starting in December 2017. And working with our local team here to get to know more about the community, the needs, the priorities, and what it is that we could do to be a strong community partner. And I kept hearing about TreesLouisville. TreesLouisville, I was visiting from Trees Greenville and very familiar with the organization and what they do. And so 5 months into my travel of coming into the area, April 2018, I made an appointment and sat down with Cindy, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. We were sitting in her office, a beautiful space, by the way, if you've not been to visit, and we were talking about the opportunities and the work that they're doing in the Louisville area. And as we were listening, we started to brainstorm, and if you haven't had a conversation with Cindy, you really need to, because she is so creative. You mentioned an idea, she's gonna make it happen. Right, Cindy Ems? I mean, all you have to do is just say, this is what we want, this is how we could do it, and she's gonna make it happen, and we appreciate that, and I know it takes your entire team to do that. But we were sitting there talking about how some of the work that was being done in the Louisville area, and how could we take that and transition it to the community in which we were located and operating in, which is the West End area. And Cindy was all over it. And before we knew it, we had a proposal together and ready and submitted it to the Michelin Corporate Foundation, which included working with students and Chris from the University of Kentucky. And before we knew it, it was approved, and here we are. So the journey of the project has been amazing, and we're excited about the work that the students have done. And if you have a few minutes to sit and talk to them about it, the details, of course we're here and they had a short amount of time to talk, but the details about the different projects with the different businesses across the West End is really extraordinary, especially in the short time that you guys had to work on this project. So congratulations to you and all your work. We really appreciate it. We're proud to be partners of TreesLouisville, and we're excited about this journey. I feel like it's just getting started, though. Part of the work that the students have done have different phases and rollout, and so we are here to announce today that we want to continue to work with you and help implement one of the ideas that you had near our facility over on Campground Road. So without further ado, I'm going to grab the check. Whoops, there we go, and you join me up here. And I'm proud to announce on behalf of the American Synthetic Rubber Company and Michelin North America that we will donate an additional $35,000 to implement another phase of the project.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
So I want to pause for a minute and also mention that along the way, we've all mentioned that there's been other businesses and employers in the area that's jumped on board with this, and we appreciate your leadership. But particularly Waste Management has committed to a financial donation of $12,500 to go along with the $35,000, and in addition to that, in-kind donations with upkeep and management of the area in which the trees will be planted. And so I believe we have a guest here. Mike, is that you? Okay. We didn't get a chance to meet ahead of time, but please stand up for a minute if you don't mind. Mike Hex from Waste Management, thank you to you and your organization for joining this great cause. We've partnered with you for years, and we look forward to continuing to partner with you on this project with TreesLouisville. Thank you very much. I also want to give a special thank you to Ebony Pryor in the back there and New Birth Church. Thank you for opening your doors today, allowing us to come in. And not only is New Birth a place of worship here in the community, but you do so much for this particular area, many programs, and we're proud to work with you. We're grateful for you allowing us to be here today, and I've appreciated your friendship along the way, so thank you very much.
Okay, so a couple more things I wanted to point out. This photograph that you see behind our logo here, that's at Zeon Chemical, and we have done some really challenging sites. That probably is the most challenging. We actually planted trees in basically a gravel bed. There's a thing called constructed soil that people do on purpose. We're doing it because that's where it is and that's where we need trees. So thank you, Zeon, for allowing us to do that. And just so you know how much of a fossil I am, I remember when Mike Hex was hired by Waste Management of Kentucky. So thank you so much for coming, Mike. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you, Mayor Fisher, for coming today. And thank you, UK team, University of Kentucky College of College of Agriculture, Food, and the Environment. I'll never be able to say it because, again, I'm a fossil, and it was College of Ag when I was there. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I want to invite you all to enjoy some refreshments that are back in the social room down the hall, and check out Kat's artwork, and you can look at some of the work that the students have done. Please stay around, enjoy some coffee and pastries, and let's all chat, and you can also go out and help plant trees outside if you want to do that. Thank you so much, everyone.